on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back in person, old school, brought to you by the Mercado, certified Piedmontese, special ingredients, and butcher shop located at 84th and Havelock. Every type of meat, every type of cut. A little short show today, only 1 hour, so we're going to get right to it and get busy. We got Kenny Wilhite to my right and Austin on the ones and twos. So, Kenny, we'll save the next big segment for the Sweet 16. I want to get your opinion on Ezekiel Elliott. And one, what do you think his impact would be or could be on any teams he goes to? And he's narrowed it down to his three choices: Bengals, the Jets, mostly the Bengals and the Jets. And what do you think that he could bring to their team, and the Eagles, Eagles, Bengals, and Jets? What do you think he could bring to their team to maybe help them get over the hump and get in the Super Bowl, if anything?
I mean, he's an experienced back. You know, I think he still has some years on him.
Right.
So you can add him to an already established back that you have on your team.
Right.
Now you have a 1-2 combo that,
Yeah.
Either one of those teams will be good for him. We said it, was it last week, about we actually said those three teams.
Right, yeah.
So, but I think, for him, the familiarity with Burrow,
right,
at Ohio State,
yeah,
I'd probably lean towards them.
Yeah.
But again, all three of those teams would be great places for him. He's going to go with which one he thinks he has value. Again, he's a St. Louis guy, so I'm going to always root for all my St. Louis guys, even though they may be a little knuckleheaded.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he definitely fits the script.
Yeah, we can be a little knuckleheaded, but either one of those teams is good for him. I just want to see him back out there.
Right. Yeah, I think for him, hopefully, in my opinion, it's something that right now, he's still young, but he took the league by storm.
Yes.
And then had a couple minor off the field things, and I think he kind of lost his way a little bit. I still think he has some tread on the tires. I think this could be something where it rejuvenates him, right?
Yep.
And he doesn't have as much as wear and tear. Remember when LaDainian Tomlinson went from the Chargers to the Jets, and he had 2 really good years, and then he got hurt, and then that was it. Where I think Ezekiel still could be a starting running back, but I don't think he could be the only guy like that carries the pill like he was before. And even if he's not, even if he's a 1B to the whoever's 1A, he still provides value. I think he's the best pass protecting running back still in this league. So that's value right there when you're thinking of the Eagles, what hurts, Jets with assuming Aaron Rodgers, and especially with Burrow, right? And then when you think about the Bengals, if I'm Ezekiel and I'm offering advice to him, and it just depends on how the situation was left with him and the Cowboys and Jerry Jones. If there's animosity there, I think he's focused on the Eagles because he wants to get a little bit of payback, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think if it was all cool, I think that he would probably lean, in my opinion, if I would be advising, I would say to the Bengals. And here's why. You have the best quarterback, I think, right there in his prime, in Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
Really good receivers. They upgraded the offensive line again. Really good tight ends. And also, you can play a bigger role depending on how the Joe Mixon situation shakes out as far as his off the field issues. But then even if Joe Mixon comes back, you can be a mentor. He has a good, with Zach Taylor, he'll keep you around. He won't just keep you around for 1 year, provide leadership so Joe Mixon can get in line, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and the Bengals would probably like to have a little bit more of a physical presence to take the pressure off of Joe Burrow. So when they get in those playoff games against the Chiefs or whoever they're forecasting against, this guy and he doesn't fumble, that can close out games. So I think that it's up to him to take a really hard look at himself. I think he's probably about 5 to 10 pounds overweight, in my opinion. I think that will provide him longevity, some quickness, and he'll get a little bit faster speed wise. And let's face it, as you get older in your career and stuff like that, you want to try to do whatever you can to keep up with these young kids coming in. And also, let's not forget, he can catch really well out of the backfield. So you're adding a substantial player at weakness areas that you have in your backfield, all the while asking him and imploring him to bring others along. And so I think if he makes the right decision, I think it could be something that really works out for him. I think he will be the next big free agent that kind of picks where he's going to go. Obviously, I was a little bit of bias because originally it said they might go to Buffalo. I don't think that's happening. I think Buffalo's focused on DeAndre Hopkins.
Really?
Yeah. They said they
No.
oh yeah, he want to get up out of Arizona. He don't want to play a pocket Hercules. He want to play with my man Cyborg Josh Allen, him and Diggs. Oh yeah, we're going to Super Bowl or bust.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, I'm just playing. But Ezekiel had it. Buffalo was thinking about it, but I think he's also got to figure out where he wants to play. I think he could be a good late in the year back. Weather back too, because I think he can run in between the tackles really good. So it'll be interesting to see how this next wave of free agency goes. Because as you get closer to the draft, the money kind of, I wouldn't say dries up, it pauses. Teams draft, and then you'll see a couple more big deals. And so the players have to be strategic about, and their agents have to be strategic about where they go based on the team needs and what their salary cap is. Because if you're a good agent and you're looking out for somebody like, Zeke, that you don't want him to be on 1 year deals if he's healthy and producing, for the next 2 or 3 years. You want to try to at least get 2 years per stop, because I think, you got to think about his legacy as well. And also it's, another year added onto your body, which makes it harder for running backs to continue to be employed. So you want to make sure that he's with a good, not only football staff, head coach, but administration as well, GMs, to see the value of him. So it's a big decision for him. I'm still surprised Dallas and him couldn't come to some sort of agreement. But maybe a change is good for both. But they always say once a cowboy, always a cowboy. So we'll see. And then the other thing I had on there was that I don't know if you realize that the Raiders, the tight end Waller, he got married, right? He married the girl from the Las Vegas Aces, Plum, right? And I didn't even know that they were together. So they got married, and like 2 days later, he got traded. So both of them were playing in Vegas. Got married, and he fought the injury bug last year. And when he's healthy,
he's really good.
He's up there with Kelsey.
Yep.
But then they traded. And you talk about salty. He said that the reason why he thought McDaniels traded him is because he wasn't invited to the wedding. Because they wanted the wedding to be kind of low key. Well, McDaniels was at the combine and announced that he was getting married. So there's animosity there. This kind of everybody always wonder about the NFL and if there's any loyalty. There is no loyalty at all. Especially in this game of football, and I think it's trickling down to college. So
it has.
It's a unique time with the NFL. They always tend to win the off season, and even though we're dead in the midst of spring ball and Sweet 16, the NFL is going to make news because it's funny thing is Aaron Rodgers said he's not going back to the Packers yet. It's still not official yet because they hadn't traded for him, but they're still working on compensation. So now he's floating out there, chilling, waiting for the Packers to make the move, and the Jets are making moves on the assumption that Rodgers is coming. Right. But if somebody else comes calling, like the Commanders said, we're going to give you 3 first-round picks. Now the Jets got eggs on their face. They got his receiver Lazard. They talk about getting Cobb. Hey, trust me. Hey, they just signed a running back. Everybody that got connection with Aaron, they got the offensive coordinator that he up there in Chocolate City playing quarterback. Hey.
Wow.
Yeah, it could happen.
It could.
It could. Because I would think the Jets and the Packers had already met. So you already know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And you already know their salary cap situation. What's taking so long? You already told the man you don't want him at quarterback. You ain't driving up the price. You already done told on yourself. And you got Jordan Love right there. So you're not hiding any. You don't have any secrets yet.
They may have some secrets.
I'm telling you what they're waiting on. They're waiting on somebody to jump in there, because just some more trades and a team that needs a quarterback. Say Indianapolis, right? And I'm gonna get on you too, Austin, about who I saw in the mock draft, who you about to get. Say Indianapolis supposed to take your boy from Kentucky. That's the last one I saw.
Austin.
So then just say if just say if Indy says, you know what, we need to trade up to get up to number 3 or number 4 or number 2. Well, then to say the Commanders or somebody can't get who they want and they don't feel like Howell's that dude, You got to go get Aaron. And Daniel Snyder's trying to get rid of the team, so what he care? Take all my picks.
The Colts aren't trading up because Panthers aren't going to give up number one. They traded to that for a reason. Number two is the Texans. They're not going to trade that to a division rival unless you give up ownership of the franchise.
Number three,
the Cardinals.
Right.
But at that point, you're probably down to Levis and Richardson.
You're right.
Who you're going to get at number 4 anyways if the Cardinals end up taking Will Anderson.
What are you going to do if somebody trades up to number 3? That's what the latest mock draft is, my friend.
Then you trade back and you take Hendon Hooker. That's some chatter I'm seeing. Get more picks, take Hendon Hooker, roll Minshew for 1 year.
Let me ask you this.
I don't like it, but
Levis or Richardson?
Richardson.
Me too. Levis or Richardson, Kenny?
Richardson.
Yeah.
The correct answer is Stroud, but
no, you're not having CJ Stroud. I'm sorry, my brother.
I know.
Did you see his pro day?
Yeah, okay. No, not happening, unfortunately. I would actually rather take Lamar Jackson than either Richardson or Levis, but
that's crazy. That's absolutely absurd that this man's in his prime and he didn't have a contract.
Doesn't have a contract.
But
3 syllables, guaranteed.
Yeah, and see, I understand both sides. And Ozzie Newsome knows how to do it. They go out there and see, and then come back because they're, I don't know if they call it a quorum or whatever it's called. Them owners don't want to play no guaranteed contracts. They mad at the owner at Cleveland because of Deshaun Watson. So you got to think, if I'm Lamar Jackson and I'm the MVP, and you just gave this dude that missed a year and a half, 200 and something million guaranteed, I got to get that. Well, Baltimore don't want to pay it. Neither does anybody else. So then they just came out and said, we're not interested. So if you're Lamar Jackson, let me ask you too. What would you do? What would you do, Kenny? Would you play for the franchise tag? Or would you hold out? Because it's $45 million smackums, and you can't replace that. There's one thing that
I'm playing for the I'm playing for the franchise tag.
What about you, Austin?
What was the question? Sorry.
If you're Lamar Jackson, what do you do? Just say we get to June and July and you haven't had it because you haven't got a real contract, and it's a little bit hard because he's not exclusive, he's non-exclusive, and those type of contracts are what have poison pills in them. So then the Baltimore Ravens can't match it. A lot of teams don't have contract or have salary cap, and if they do, here's a sneaky caveat here, right? And this is what my friend that's an agent told me this. Most of these owners, when you have these type of contracts with big signing bonuses, don't have the money to put in escrow for the whole contract. That's why you don't see a lot of guys that can actually do it. So obviously the owners don't want to have egg on their face, but that's also playing into free agency as well. You might have salary cap room, but if you don't have enough that money cash in hand to put in escrow per the NFL rules, that's why you see teams like, they had $50 million in salary cap and they only spent 10. That's all they had. So if you're Lamar Jackson, what do you do?
Depends on how much I like Todd Monken.
Well, really I doubt he's talked to any of them.
And that's what I'm saying. I think if I'm Lamar, that amount of money is hard to turn down. Like I could probably suck it up for 1 year and test the water again.
Right.
And then I'm using some of that money to buy an agent to help me. To hire an agent. Because now that Lamar can't do it, but clearly something isn't working, there's a disconnect there. So if I'm Lamar, if I like what Todd Monken is selling well enough, sure, I'll take the whatever it is, 40-some million to come back and play 1 year.
Right.
I'm still in my prime next year. I'm still young enough I can get another long-term contract.
For sure.
If I don't like what Todd Monken's telling me, if, there's something bigger at work, I don't see eye to eye with Jim Harbaugh anymore or whatever, then I'll sit out and say, okay, I'll just take a year off. I'll rest. Yeah, I lose a year of stats, but he's been injured a little bit, banged up. Take a year off to recover. That'll clear up any health questions teams might have. Get a little perspective, and in that year off, you can start planting seeds with places you might like to go. Hey, if you're around, I'll come play for you for this.
Right. Yeah. I think my opinion is if I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm still going to play the long game, understanding that I might have to play for that $45 million. But then if I do sign that $45 million contract, 1 year franchise, I'm making in there saying I have to be a clear and cut free agent like Kirk Cousins was. No more franchising me next year. So now that pressure, because I know I'm going to play well. Because at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson's skills, the thing that he can do that nobody else could do in the league, once he tucks it down, there ain't nobody that can tackle him. Straight up. And his injuries really aren't as bad as it seems. Players will make sure that when there's no loyalty or when he knows that he should have had a contract before, he's not rushing to come back. So now where he's at, if I start balling, then the pressure goes on to the Ravens. Well, once they know you're a free agent, or once the teams know you're going to be a clear and cut free agent and you don't have to give up a first round pick if you get him, then all of a sudden you're going to see magically the market's going to open up for him and he's going to go and replace guys. And so if I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm going to still play this out. You don't need to be anywhere in any offseason. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to find the best quarterback coach, and I'm going to get with the, like a former coach, and I would even seek out Jim Harbaugh, who's helped Jameis Winston and other, he goes and works with a lot of college or quarterbacks or NFL quarterbacks in the offseason. I'm going to go see him. So I'm going to reverse it on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you think I'm just only a running quarterback? Well, I'm going to actually go work on my craft. I'm going to have a mini camp of sorts with my skill guys, Andrews, and all the receivers that we have for the Ravens outside of it. I'm not going to come back and be in their offseason program, but on the weekends, we're going to get that work in. And so when I show up in training camp, and I'm not going to be there the whole training camp, I'm going to show up when I need to show up. And then once some games on, then I'm going to light it up like a Christmas tree, and then I'm gone. Or then you're going to have to overpay me. Because the one thing about it is, with him operating as his own agent, is the quarterback position is so unique, it kind of works against him, right? Because they know it works against them in the sense of they're going to get the most money and they have the most notoriety. So then, but when you look at Laremy Tunsil, who just is the highest paid tackle now, he's his own agent. Richard Sherman is, Bobby Wagner is. Well, they're different positions, and so they can do it because there's 5 linemen, and you're going to get paid.
Roquan Smith too, right?
Roquan
Mm-hmm.
Smith. So these are positions to where they're not as stature of quarterbacks, and you might be given. I don't ever want to say it's like nothing, but you gave Laremy Tunsil $50 million. Well, you had to give Lamar 4 times that, $200. So it's a little bit easier to operate at yourself, right? And you already know, say Kenny just got paid this. I know I'm going to get paid this. I'm a 3-time All-Pro, and with the Texans, they have a ton of cap space room, which they created by getting rid of Deshaun Watson and everybody else that's pretty good. And they need him because you have a new coach. He needs a left tackle. We know we're going to be drafting a quarterback. So your structure of power is there differently than if you're the quarterback, where you have the rest of the owners calling each other, do not do it,
Mm-hmm.
even though you should, all because Knucklehead in Cleveland did it. So it's different. So if I'm Lamar, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go get me a quarterback coach. I'm going to continue to get better. I'm going to get better at my weaknesses. And then I might hire an agent as an advisor, or I'm going to hire an agent as an advisor. And I think if his mom helps him out, then it needs to be a business relationship. You're going to teach her the ins and outs and all this other stuff, kind of like take the LeBron James type. Then that will be more appealing to these guys that have all the money. And then he can get a contract that he wants. I would not give away $45 million.
No.
I would not. What I wouldn't do is be going to any mini camps and training camps. And I'd be down in like Ezekiel. I'd be down in Cabo talking about I'm training on the beach. Remember when he was holding out, training on the beach? They didn't get the videos when he was in Cabo Wabo drinking all that tequila. But hey, at the end of the day, he got paid. So that's a good first segment. Next segment, we're going to jump into the Sweet 16. Last segment before we jump into the NCAA, I got a hard-hitting question for my man Kenny Wilhite. And I got a good opinion on it, man, based on this little email that we got. So we about to light the lines up. We're going to get a call. We're going to get a text message. So old school, Jay Foreman, Kenny Wilhite. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
March is a month of good luck. From epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $10 off any athletic shoes $105 and under, and get $15 off any shoe over $105. Choose from respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, On, and 361 Running. And don't forget the trendy Hey Dudes. A new shipment just arrived for the season. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. Sure. Starter Heyman Jewelers. Lincoln and StarterHeyman.com.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that. Options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlink.com, to find out more or call us at
355555. John Henry's Plumbing.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329. Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. I agree. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. I grew up in Nebraska, attended our local public schools, and became a teacher. It wasn't easy, but it's the best investment I've ever made. Teachers are encouraging every student to invest their time in learning. Please join us in that effort. Support public.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
He hit that cork on you.
Yeah, Quick.
That was a 10 or a 9.5.
That was a 9.5?
9.5.
Okay. Oh, that
I think the only way to get a 10 is with the champagne cork. Those really give you the pop. Or as Stricky would say, pop, pop.
Strick would say that.
Strick would say that.
How's it going, fellas?
Everything's stupendous, man. What's
Well,
up with
look
you?
at that.
Uh-oh.
I'm about ready to spill this on the table. This got some volatility. This beer I'm pouring, it's coming out a little foamy.
That must be your NCAA opening weekend beer because there's a lot of volatility there, man. A lot of big name teams losing.
It's been bouncing around in the car.
Yeah.
That's right.
So what we got? What's the first one we got, Kevin?
I'm just grabbing another cup
Okay.
here so I can pour it properly. This is a beer out of Omaha, Cross Strain Brewing, and it's what they call self-propelled lawnmower, and it is a pineapple lemon lager. Designed.
See the pineapple on there?
Yeah, designed basically to mow the lawn with.
Let me see the can. No,
All right,
I want
Ken.
that cup. You can keep the cup.
I'll take the cup.
Yeah.
How about that?
Right.
It's got a lawnmower on it.
Yeah.
So that's an
why it's called
outside hot summer day mowing the lawn type of beer.
Mowing the lawn, playing golf, going fishing, doing all that warm weather stuff. And it's I've had it normally when we do the show, I'm tasting the stuff for the first time, just like you are. And but this I have had, and I thought it'd be a good show beer just because Austin's just getting into it, so we don't want to take his legs out from underneath him too much. And a lot of times Jay, you got other stuff to do, so we're gonna go with something pretty easy and pretty fun to drink.
Yeah, it tastes pretty good.
So does mine.
What's in the cup, Kenny?
Little dew.
Little dew.
Let it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to get that sugar high.
Got to get it.
Keep the energy up
Keep
for the
the
radio.
energy up.
All right.
It's pretty good. I like this.
I get the lemon.
Yeah, the pineapple it doesn't really come forward in the beer, but the lemon is showing up, and it's kind of like a less sweet, like summer shandy type. And so I always say we're trying to will spring into existence, and this is definitely a spring warm weather beer. Definitely, I could see this on the golf cart or in the cup holder on the lawnmower or something like that. So
the lawnmower that's propelling itself.
that's propelling itself.
Self-propelled lawnmower.
Self-propelled lawnmower.
I live out in the country, and so I've got a like a zero turn, and so it's got a cup holder in there. So
there you go.
But it doesn't have suspension though, so usually that beer is pretty flat if I don't hammer it right away, and it is kind of hard to drive a self-propelled with one hand. You got to use two hands. So basically, if you want to drink your beer, you better stop, take a pull, and then move on.
I got you. You need to get one of those things. You get a little beer belt, get a little
straw going.
Yeah, straw going.
Yeah,
yeah.
I could do that, or the hat.
Yeah, with the hat. Yeah, I can see you out there.
Cup holders on the side.
Yeah,
I'm sure that wouldn't go viral at all. Yeah. What do you think, Jay?
I like it, man. I like it. This is definitely close to a summer shandy beer. It's, it's smooth going down. I like the taste of it.
We gonna get out and swing the sticks this spring?
We get some good weather.
All right.
I'm always down to lose some golf balls.
Can you see yourself mowing your lawn drinking one of these?
If it's hot enough, I could. Yeah, if it's hot enough.
I thought Jay was gonna say I got people for that.
No.
That's what I was.
No.
I was hoping he didn't say that.
No, I if it's hot enough, yeah.
I was hoping he didn't say that.
But I could see myself in the garage kicking it and drinking it though.
Yeah, absolutely. How old are your kids, Jay?
15 and 18.
So that's perfect lawnmowing age.
Yeah, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself.
Well, that's true. That's true. Mine are all grown out of the house now, so I have to do it all myself. But yeah, same thing. I usually didn't trust either one of them to mow the lawn to my specifications. So,
what kind of wine we got there?
All right, this is called Rootstock, and this is a Napa Valley Cabernet. Let me pass this around here.
And
so,
what would go with this right here?
Oh, you got to grill up a good steak with this.
Everything you bring in, you say you got to grill a good steak with it.
Well, I mean, that's just what I do.
No one's ever against a steak,
right?
You can't,
and so when you live at 10, there's no reason to go down to 9. So, and the thing about this wine, I think it's one of the best buys to come through our doors in quite some time. And the reason I say that is that in Napa Valley, prime vineyard land is $10 million an acre.
Ooh,
and
$10 million an acre?
An acre. and so you've got, California taxes are really high, labor is really high, and cab is king in Napa Valley. It fetches a higher price per ton on the open market when you're selling the grapes. And so for them to get 100% Napa Valley cab to land on our floor for under $40 is nearly impossible. And these are on sale $26.99. And so it's one of the very best buys I've seen come through the doors. And it's a traditional style cab. And what I mean by that is that there are winemakers these days that are using lots of flavorings and extracts and colorings and things like that to make their wine taste and look a certain way. Now, to me, that's not winemaking, because Mother Nature gives you different ingredients every year. Your wine should taste different every year. So you can't really build it to taste a certain way. It is what it is if you do it in a traditional fashion. Now, so many of these wineries aren't family-owned wineries anymore. They're owned by these big corporations. And so they're, more or less the tail wagging the dog when it comes to, we want you to make the wine taste like this so that they can brand it a certain way. And to me, that's not really what the essence of winemaking is. Well, this is made in a more traditional way. And it's, like I say, it's 100% Napa Valley cab. And, I'm a big grill guy. I love a good cut of beef. I mean, I like grilling all kinds of stuff, but there's something about the flavors in a good Cabernet and a good cut of beef where the whole becomes greater than the sum of the parts. The wine brings the food up a level. The food brings the wine up a level. And it's just, that's why you pair
the two together.
And there's always a good reason too why, like, foods of a region and wines of a region will pair well together. So good reason why Italian wine goes well with Italian food. Right. Good reason why Spanish wine goes well with Spanish food. And it's because basically virtually every other part of the world, wine is considered a food. It's not considered a beverage. Here we kind of, consider it an alcoholic beverage. But if you start to think of it in that context as more of a food than an alcohol, then it sort of starts to open your eyes when it comes to the pairings and things like that.
Yeah. So they don't tempt people out here. They'd be like, man, I'm drinking wine at work. I'm just eating.
That's right. Snack time.
It's snack time.
Hey, not uncommon for you to get a glass of wine with your lunch in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, you go out to lunch in
Europe. And they get
3-day
weekends.
3-day weekends. And I think their full-time work week's only like 32 hours or something like that too. Damn. And they get, when they take when they take a holiday, they go somewhere for like a month and a half. They don't get like 2 weeks paid vacation. They get like 2 months paid vacation and they just leave. So we're doing something wrong.
A lot of auto reply on email. I am eating my wine right now.
What's this OOO mean? Out of office.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You like that?
Napa Valley, 2020.
2020 Napa Valley cab root stock.
How much again?
$26.99.
$26.99.
They're normally about $35. But like I said, I mean, for a cab of this quality to land on our floor under 40 is almost impossible these days. Under 30 is even more unheard of. And so it is, like I said, one of the best buys that come through our doors in quite some time.
I smelled it. I thought it was going to be a lot stronger than it was.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
But that was really smooth going down. That was awesome.
So, Kev, if you're watching the games tonight, are you drinking wine or are you drinking beer?
I'm a wine guy, man. I mean, I'll have a beer, but then usually I'll switch to wine.
Right.
But
you're gonna have a bottle of this tonight watching?
I'll have something.
Who's your pick?
I don't know, man. I've been in the Bahamas for the last 10 days, so I haven't really even been following it.
Mm-hmm.
Zags are still in it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I got to go with Gonzaga. They've just been so close so many times to not win, and I think it's their due.
I feel the same. We were talking about, I think it's their year. So, and they've been there, been close. They got the most veterans.
Horseshoes and Hagenades.
Yep. Well, but they got a good path there, so they just got to get busy. What do you think? What do you think Creighton's chances are? They got an easy path to the Final Four.
I think they get past tonight. The 8 is going to be a little tough, but I think they win tonight.
Princeton. Think they get by?
It's the battle. It's the battle of the smart kids.
True.
In the rich school.
What was that player they were talking about? They asked him. They said, how did you get out rebounded by it was a Ivy League school, and he said, well, when the ball comes off the rim, you put 2 hands on it, and you bring it down, and that's called a rebound. And they got more of those than we did. And I was like,
Yep.
this is
Yeah,
the
I
all-time
remember
greatest
that.
interview.
Yeah.
Torian Prince from Baylor after they got beat by Yale.
That's
Yep.
what it was.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Kept it real simple. and you know them boys gonna play hard, man. It's cool. Tell us again, Kevin, about the beer.
The beer is called Self-Propelled Lawnmower from Cross Strain Brewing up in good old Omaha, Nebraska. And it is a pineapple lemon lager, more lemony than pineapple to me. And then the wine is Rootstock Napa Valley Cabernet, currently on sale right now, $26.99, 2020 vintage.
There it is. Two good picks. You got anything up for Strick picks this week?
I think this would be a
Is it
Strix
Strick pick?
pick. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm
Heck
surprised Strick bounced so quick.
Yeah, he usually sticks
usually
around.
be here. He's you know what? He's slipping. We got. He
He
must
forgot.
He
CTE.
did forget. Yeah,
CTE.
he either got dunked on or something
Exactly.
like that. Yeah, he
Took
must have his
up
head on the
form.
rim because
Yep.
Strick usually be here for Strick picks or for the wine.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's nobody more enthusiastic than he is when it comes to wine. He's probably listening right now. Go, dang it, I forgot it was
He
Thursday.
halfway home and wanted to turn
Halfway.
around.
Yeah, he ready to turn around, but
He contemplating for the next all the way to the next exit. He's thinking about turning around. Everybody need to check their text message and say to keep the wine for Strick.
Hey, Stricky, if you're listening, pop.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Appreciate it,
you
fellas.
coming in, Kevin. Thirsty Thursdays.
Thank you.
Like always, we look forward to your company, and then obviously the beverages you bring in as well.
Appreciate you having me. It's been a month. We had girls state basketball, boys state basketball, and then I was out of town. So I'm glad to be back and glad to be here with you fellas.
You look refreshed.
I feel good.
Yeah, you look
Tan?
like
Absolutely.
you got some sun.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Good.
Love it.
Well, cool, man.
All right.
This week, Thirsty Thursdays, we'll be right back, and then we'll have one more segment.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that. Options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more or call us at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstoRats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They are looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that. Options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more or call us at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. Got about 6 minutes before we turn it over to basketball, and then we're gonna record the Mon Green show, even though it won't be played live. So we're gonna do that. But Kenny got the Sweet 16. We talked a little bit in the crossover with Strick, who your teams were. So I'm gonna ask you. We already know who your team is that you think going to come out. Who do you think is going to be the surprise out of Sweet 16?
We talked about that yesterday again.
Yeah.
I would say Princeton, but
do you think they got a realistic chance?
Yeah. But remember I told you like 2 weeks ago my sleeper was Texas.
Yeah.
Because of the guard play.
Yeah.
But the surprise team would be Princeton. But y'all already said that Creighton's going to beat them, but I'm still going to go with Princeton. The team I know for sure will come out. I said Alabama. But I'm going to also say Houston's going to be in there too.
Yeah. I think Houston really showed some grit, being down double digits and then winning by double digits. In the second half, because if you don't have that true internal fortitude going in at halftime, checking yourself and checking others to go out and play basketball, you can kind of play too tight and wait for something bad to happen. It seemed like Houston had been there in that position before.
Speaking of that, that's Baylor. Yeah. Baylor's last game.
Right.
They went down at half, came out tight.
Yeah.
And they continue to play tight.
Right. You can't, you see it, in whether football, basketball, baseball sometimes, if you're, say like all the times that the Yankees were supposed to win it and they didn't, or so forth and so on. You can't play sports tight, and I think that usually you have to be able to go back on your training. But I think one thing that you look at when you look at these coaching staffs of, say, Houston, and say maybe like Gonzaga, because they were down, veteran coaching staffs that have been there together and been through it. They knew how to, kind of, get through these little storms. And, I think it'll pay dividends for them. The one thing about Texas, obviously, their intern coach, I wonder why he's still the intern, but he's crazy.
Well, we know why.
Yeah, well, Red McCombs ain't alive no more, but so yeah, they more likely to get some brothers that head coach. But anyways, I'm surprised that they were able to take the success. Sometimes after you win the Big 12, you can let yourself down. It seems like Texas is ramping up.
Yep.
And that's what's a little surprising to me. I think they're there. I think that Texas has got so much confidence right now from what they've been able to do. They are going to be a tough out for anybody. They have good guard play. They got the really good guard Carr from Minnesota transferred.
Yep.
They got Teddy Allen's brother. I think if he's healthy, he plays. Plethora of big dudes and they have a stretch four that can hit threes, and they're long. Yeah.
Long, athletic, and play with grit.
And they can score. And see where the difference, I don't mean to cut you off, between like Tennessee is the same type of team. Texas can score better.
Yes.
Score more.
Yes.
So Texas can play any way you want. You want to play in the 50s? Cool. We can play in the 70s if you want. So that's where I think Texas provides the most, I guess, ability to advance deep, way into the obviously Final Four and possibly national championship. One team that's interesting to me, and we got about 2 minutes, is Arkansas. Obviously, everybody's talking about Musselman, the coach, taking off his shirt and all this other stuff. But Arkansas, the way they have depth, they play 9-10 guys. What do you think about them with the way that they play?
I mean, they got a tough match with UConn.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy. No, I don't think there's any game in the Sweet 16 that's
guaranteed.
That's a guaranteed game. We'll see if they get past UConn. Then
floodgates
are open.
This is, I think I want your opinion. I think this game right here is as much or maybe more pressure packed for some teams, or maybe all these teams, than when you're in the Grade 8 or Final Four, because I think this is the hardest, because you just never know. And you can see where you can go.
Yes.
Like Creighton. They're still 15 seed. We get past them. Baylor ain't you used to. We in the Final Four.
You say that, but you don't want to be thinking that.
I know that's why it's the hardest.
You say that, but you do not want to be thinking
why
that.
This game
because
is
if
the
you look
hardest.
ahead, now you're going to get caught.
That's why this game's the hardest, man. Because you got to stay focused on them.
The task at hand.
And it's so hard because you had a week. You've been here or been wherever you're at. Everybody patting you on the back, TV cameras, reading social media.
Not Princeton.
No, Princeton been in class. They taking finals.
It was
and
crickets on campus when they made the Sweet 16.
They was in study hall.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was crickets on campus. Everybody else celebrated.
So we're going to see, man. I'm excited for it, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll have an hour show again tomorrow. Mon Green show is going to get recorded here shortly. So tune in and listen to the NCAA tournament, and we'll be back tomorrow.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402